Alrighty, so we're gonna try this again. We're gonna do episodes 2 for It's Just Kickball. Alright, and we're gonna be doing the Lone Star breakdown, and we'll see how that goes. So before we get into that, I wanted to do. I went out there and we did some recording, and I was able to catch some very close blow. My mic's echo. I don't know why. Alright, never mind. I'm just gonna do it like this because my headphones aren't working. Alright, so back to it. We're gonna get into it. I was able to go out there and I was able to record some good plays. Rick starting out there at the Patriots field, and it's located at 6969 Industrial. It's the Patriots stadium, and obviously it's a good field. It's nice grass. That's what we need. There's not a lot of grass places to play in El Paso, so I'm glad to see that he was able to lock up a facility like that. They have 7 teams that are going to be in the league this season. It's a lot of recycled SCK, EPK players. We're going to go over the 7 different teams. We're going to go over the rosters, and we're going to dive into that. But first, what I really wanted to do was I was out there, and Gil is one of the head umpires right now, and we all know Gil. He does a really good job, and he also has Marine Tony out there, his little second in command, and he's kind of showing him the ropes. But I wanted to do a You Call It feature where I was able to record the close play. I'm going to play it back in fast speed, and then we'll see it again in slow-mo, and you guys can judge for yourself whether it was a good call or a bad call. Alright? So first up, we had Screaming Kicks was playing the New Kids on the Block, not the New Kids on the Block Domino's team, but some new kids playing the Crew. And let's see what we got here. Alright.
Come on! We go! In here. Come on! We go!
So what we have is a close play at first. Lucas pitching. Gets it to Albert. Albert can't pick it up. And it's so close. But when you slow it down, there. Let's see. So he was able to pick up the out. That was the first one we had. The second one we have is right here.
Come on, go! Come on, shot! Choose saying that they're selling races. Run it out, go, run it out! Oh. Come on, go! Come on, shot! Choose saying that they're selling races. Run it out, go, run it out! Oh. Come on, go! Come on!
So you can see right there that he missed it. It happens to the best of us. It was a bang play, and it was really close. As you can see, that she got her foot right on the bag, right when the first baseman had her foot up. So it is what it is. The next thing I wanted to go through was I had just some video of the K. I have it labeled KNS offense, but it's screaming kicks. It is the kicking and screaming with kicks kind of sprinkled about, and they have Domino too out there. But you can't, that offense is something to watch. Let's watch a little bit of that right now.
Come on, you're up. Easy. Fight. Easy. Hey, no, it's to be attacking. Hey, take the punch, guys. Hey! Come on, Ray. Come on. You're up. Easy. Hit.
Well, there you go. That's a little bit of the offense right there. I'm having a little bit of trouble with the video coming out, but hopefully you guys are seeing it on my end. I can't get it to work on my end, but we're trying. We're trying to get there. Working out the kinks. It's going to take some time. The next thing we have up is the crew. Now the crew is they're the new guys. They were, I believe, some of them were playing at EPK, not all of them. So it's going to take them a little while to get the hang of the game. But I mean, that's just going to come with time. They have a young, athletic roster. The inexperience is evident though, so that's gonna be a problem for them, especially when these other teams that are playing. I mean, you have the Billy Badasses, Smoking Aces, Kicking and Screaming. I mean, they all have their shit down. So these guys are gonna have to figure it out fairly quick. The video is a bit choppy, so let me run to just the crew right here. Okay, this is a crew. I don't know how the video is coming out on your end, but it's not coming great on my end. So this is a crew. There you go. Young kids, athletic, not experienced. You can just tell from their picture too. He's just laying them out there, and I mean they're just smashing it. Kicking and Screaming was able. Kicking and Screaming again. Screaming Kicks was able to beat these guys 15-0. Next week, I don't have the schedule in front of me. I'm not sure who they have next week, but they're going to expect a lot of the same if they're not able to get their stuff together. That's the unfortunate part. But I mean, there's some talent there. They have a guy, Mike, the guy holding the puppy there. he can kick, and they have an awesome girl right fielder that was catching everything. She's going to be their saving grace. So hopefully they utilize her a little bit more. And we have a youth streamer. It says second from right, played in EPK. Okay, so there you go. I don't know who youth streamer 64553 is, but anyways, they're pointing it out. So they have a couple of EPK folk out there. We'll see what they do, but it's not, the first game wasn't looking great. But we'll see if they can't get it together. The other team that's a new team out there. Where's my pitches? I know these guys for a fact were at EPK this past season for the Sprummer 13 season. They made it to the semifinals. They have a little bit of a reputation for being a little bit rambunctious. Someone will call it being a crybaby. I don't like to necessarily throw that word around, but they like to argue calls. They like to argue the rules. That's apparent. We'll see how they do here. I mean, the good thing is here they'll be dealing with two umpires on the field, better umpiring. I know Gil was out there at EPK, but it's a little bit different atmosphere out here. Um, I mean, they have some talent. They were able to get to the semifinals, although EPK is not necessarily known for their competitive kickball. They're known for their funsy kickball, but that's not to say that these guys can't be impressive and do something with it. We're gonna have to wait and see. I didn't get to see them play on Thursday, so we'll make another chance to go out there this Thursday and see what we see. The other team I have, I don't have a pick of them. I have they're called 915 Changos. I guess they're the league sponsor is Three-Legged Monkey for the Lone Star Kickball League. I guess they made a team. I don't know if it's patrons or staff members or I don't know who's playing out there, but we're gonna find out this coming week and see what they have. But I have a feeling that they're gonna end up just being the punching bag, the easy game of the week for anybody that needs to lift up their spirits after a tough loss. I haven't heard about them. No one said anything about them, so we're just gonna have to assume that they're flat out newbies. Since we're going through the teams now, we did the crew. Now we're gonna get to the meat of the league. We have the Billy Badasses here. Everyone remembers the Billy Badasses. They were SEK regulars. They don't exist anymore. A handful of them play on Pitch Please. Not necessarily all of them, but their players still exist and they're good. Back when they were playing in SEK, and they were known for upsetting the Shockers, man. I mean, they had the Shockers number. They did it a couple of times, and that's when the Shockers were not well. The Shockers don't exist anymore, but they started very high and they ended up very low, and to the point now where they had to hodgepodge with other teams just to stay relevant and in existence. So, but when the Shockers were the Shockers, the Billy Badasses gave them a lot of trouble. And from this picture, I wanted to note the guy on the far right, Dre. He's a bigger guy. He's very deceiving. That guy's quick. He can catch. He can kick. A lot of people haven't picked him up, and he's one of those wandering free agents that kind of jumps around. He's played on a couple of no-name teams, other than the Billy Badasses, but his name's Dre. I think I have his full name here somewhere. But keep an eye on that guy. That guy's good. But the Billy Badasses should do good. Like I said, they don't have a lot of marquee players, but they're tenacious. They're real scrappy players, kind of like a New Kicks team. So I expect them to do fairly well. I mean, they'll for sure beat up on the other three. We'll see how they do against the Smoking Aces and the Screaming Kicks and the Animals and stuff like that. And while we're on it, let's go to Smoking Aces. These guys are a topic here. So the Drunken Monkeys folded, the Thundercats folded, and the Shockers, who turned into Sit on My Base, also folded. And the heads of these teams decided the next best option would be to trim their fat and combine as a unit. Now, that by definition is a hybrid team. Now, I don't know if you would define that as a monster hybrid team. Granted, they do have some good players on this team. I'm just not of the belief that you can put all these all-star players together and they're going to be successful. Because as I said before, with Kicking and Screaming, yeah, they have names. They have marquee names, but that's not why they're successful. They're successful because they play as a team. They've done it a long time. They have one chief. That's it. And there's no arguing about that. They have 11 Indians, one chief, and that's all they need. That's what it takes to be successful. On this team, you have four coaches and one guy who thinks he should be a coach. And not to mention now you have three pitchers. So deciding who's going to pitch, who's the better pitcher. You have Damian Lamas, who should be, he's a pitcher. You have Mike Armendariz, he's also another good pitcher. Then you have Big Tony, Big T, used to pitch for the Shockers. I mean, not a lights out pitcher, but still successful pitcher. From my understanding, is Damien's going to be playing third. Mike's going to be pitching. Well, if that's going to work for them, well, we're going to have to find out. But I'm getting ahead of myself. That's more SCK right here. What we got, Smoking Aces for Thursday night. You also have to throw PP into the mix. PP joined their squad. He's a pitcher too. So we're going to focus on Thursday, just Thursday. Um, um, yeah, it's tough. It's real tough. A lot of people want to call them a hybrid all-star team. I just want to say they have a lot of good players, and I'm not totally convinced that they're an all-and-out all-star team that's going to break the bank. I mean, that's just my take on it. And when it comes to grass, being as they have four pitchers on this Thursday night team, PP should probably be the one pitching. He has the most experience on the grass. He's the most effective. That's not to say right after him, Damien. Now I like Damien at third, so that's fine where Damien's at. But I mean, they have some options there. I do know their offense suffered this past week. Their defense did fine, other than an error. On that note, on the defensive note, we all know Reed. All star catcher, all star universe catcher. I mean, he's being converted to the outfield, and now he's an outfielder. I probably think he'd make a better third baseman than an outfielder, but he's going to try to go out there and see if he can't convert himself from a catcher to an outfielder. So, but there's going to be more to come. We're going to take another look at him. Like I said, Thursday I had to split early, so I didn't get to watch everybody in detail, but I was able to, get at least some of the first game in and get a feel for what's going on. Now we also have Screaming Kicks here, which, like I had mentioned earlier, is a kicking and screaming with kicks sprinkled in and with Domino. Which, I mean, just picking up Domino right there. I mean, that's a big pickup if he's going to be playing with you at least for just that season. I mean, the guy runs an outfield almost all by himself. So, they're going to do good. They're opening an opponent. They've been in 15-0. Granted, it was a new team, but you just can expect more of the same. I mean, the season just started, and they're the team to beat. Granted, they're always the team to beat. But unless teams like the Animals, they have a chance at maybe giving these guys some trouble. And Smoking Aces, if they're able to find some offense, I have no doubt their defense is going to do well. It's a matter of if they're going to be able to score runs. Even a run, if not two, would win them a game with the defense they have. But without any offense, you're kind of dead in the water. But we're going to go ahead and start and say Screaming Kicks pretty much is on top of the hill. Someone's going to have to knock them off. Now, who's going to knock them off? I don't know. That's up for grabs. We'll go. And then the next, a little bit ahead of myself. The next team we have up, we're going to have to do a quick transition here. Let's see if we can do it quick. There we go. The animals. Sorry, guys. We had to cut away. I had to find a picture of the animals. I was able to find one, so we got lucky. The animals, the Sprummer EPK 13 champs. They did good. They did good. There's a little bit of debate out there since KNS was disqualified. Would they have been able to beat KNS? Well, I mean, we'll never know because KNS was disqualified, as we all know. If you're interested in that article and how they were how they were disqualified, you can go back a couple of posts and see that. But with KNS out, the Animals took it. They're a good squad. They're coming back to Lone Star Kickball League, and I think one of the big positives here is they got a great pitcher in Chucky, and they have an awesome catcher in Aaron. And although the rest of the team is real good, solid, that those two guys are going to be their saving grace. They're going to have to live and die by their pitcher catcher combo. That's what it's going to come down to. And if they're able to, if Chuck and Aaron are able to hold them up and keep the defense going, they're just going to have to sprinkle in some runs, and it might be successful. So it's a toss up here now. I mean, between the second team, Smoking Aces and Animals, I like to see who's going to come on top there. Screaming Kicks obviously is a little bit ahead of the pack, but that's not to say that the Animals can't creep up on these guys. It's going to be close. Now, I want to try and run the video again. I don't know if I'm going to be successful because it was getting real choppy on my end, but there was a couple of good things on the KNS offense that I think are worth taking a look at. So let me go ahead and start right here with a good play by Domino.
It's like 3.
And not. Okay. I don't think that it's going to handle it right now. I don't know what's going on. I need to do more testing. It's just not there yet. Like I said, we're working out the kinks. This is the second episode. We haven't figured everything out yet. We're still trying to do some stuff. Got to fix the headphones, the mic, the everything else, so you guys have a better viewing experience. But if anything, we were able to run through the rosters. We tried to get through the U call, and I think we did good there. And we weren't able to watch the other videos, but we tried. And in the end, that's all you can do. So I don't want to make this too long. 26 minutes is good. Is a good start. So thanks for watching. Next week we'll have some more Lone Star action until we get into the SCK season. So until then, happy kicking, and remember, folks, it's just kickball.